it's Cindy, also known as DrBrooklyn730 on YouTube. And in today's video, I am doing a look that is inspired by something that I would wear to a spring picnic. So I decided to do something that I would wear during the daytime, and I went with neutral eyes with a pop of color on the lower lash line and a glossy lip. So if you'd like to know the steps that I took to achieve this look, stay tuned. The first step is to apply a base. So I'm just dotting some foundation all over my face and blending that in with a damp beauty blender. You can go with something with lighter coverage like a BB cream or a tinted moisturizer, but my skin is on the fritz, but luckily the lights help hide that and you guys can't see it. After foundation, I get started with my brows and I apply a base, and that's the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It really helps grab the color and helps hold the hairs in place, which I was surprised about. After brushing them, I get started with filling them in, and I use the eyeshadow in Mystery by MAC with an angle brush, and I fill in any gaps with short strokes. After filling them in, I go back with a brow pencil and underline them to make them look really crisp, and I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Brunette. Now it's time for, you guessed it, more primer. I'm priming my lids and I'm also priming my lower lash line because we're going to be placing shadows there and we want our makeup to last. For shadow, I'm going to start with the color Smog from the Urban Decay Naked Palette, and I'm going to apply that all over the lid and up to the crease. Next, I'm going to pick up some of the color Naked from the same palette with a blending brush, and I'm going to use that to blend out that harsh line and create a transition color for the next crease color, which is going to be a little bit darker. Next, I pick up some of that darker brown in the palette called Buck, and I use a narrower brush to really keep that color concentrated on the lower part of the crease, and that's what's going to create that faded look. And to give everything a flawless blend, I go back with a clean brush, and that is really the secret to flawless blending. I picked up some more of that Buck color with a pencil brush, and I used that to line my lower lash line to give that bright color something to blend into. Now it's time for the fun part, which is that pop of color on the lower lash line. And I chose purple, and I used the Rimmel Scandaleyes eyeshadow stick in the color Paranoid Purple. I'm gonna get closer so you can see the next part, which is setting that pencil with the color Urban from the Urban Decay Electric palette. This step is optional because the eyeshadow stick is waterproof, but I'm super paranoid and you can never be too sure, so I like to take that extra step, but it's up to you whether you want to set it with a shadow or just leave the pencil on its own. Instead of doing a dramatic liner on the upper lash line, I'm just going to tight line, which is lining right in between your lashes, right at the roots. And I really love doing this because it helps make your lashes look fuller without using false lashes. Whenever I do anything dramatic with the lower lash line, I like to brighten the under eyes with concealer, and I'm just tapping that in with my beauty blender. Next, I want to set everything with a powder foundation. So whether you use something lighter or you just spot conceal, definitely my number one pick would be a powder foundation because it's really gonna last if you're doing anything outdoors, and just tap it in. To warm up my skin and add some dimension, I used Tarte's Amazonian Clay Bronzer in Park Avenue Princess with a fluffy brush by Real Techniques, and I used that all over the perimeter of my face and on my cheeks. I got a little carried away with the lips and did a crazy combo, starting off with the Creamsicle Lip Butter by Revlon. I topped that off with a Rimmel Show Off Lip Lacquer in Nude Eclipse, and then I finished that off with a NYX lip gloss in Nude Pink. And that's it. That's the final look. I hope you guys liked it. And since the lids are neutral, you could certainly choose any other color to do that pop on the lower lash line. So let me know what you would choose. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.